President Lai Ching-te is on a kind of surprise trip to Eswatini. Is there any precedence for this in Taiwan or anywhere else around the world?
At least the MOFA use the example of President, Trump or Biden or Obama visiting Afghanistan and Iraq. I don't think it's a good comparison because at the time they were visiting war zones. Eswatini is not in a war, right? I think that's important. But this is your visit to a diplomatic ally and you cannot announce it, it's not a breakthrough because you are not taking your presidential charter flight. Any kind of semblance to a sovereignty is gone, even though once he arrived there, he has been received with dignity, with the head of a sovereign state. I think this is unprecedented, but when you are facing challenge, I think they just improvise and this might be the only way you can arrive there. But then the question is, how do you come back?
Is this going to have any impact on Taiwan's diplomacy moving forward? Is there any significance here?
For the long term, it's just an episode in our diplomatic setback, but not going to affect our relation with the majority of the diplomatic ally, especially if President Lai travel to Latin American countries, Caribbean. You're flying east, you're going to go to the dominant sphere of the United States. I don't think China will try anything in the Western Hemisphere.
What kind of message does this trip send, if any? And is Taiwan sending a message more here to China or the rest of the world?
I think we send a message really to Eswatini that your relation is very valuable to Taiwan, even though we miss the ceremony of the king's 40th anniversary, but we still want to come and show our appreciation. Uh, again, Swatini is not a model of democracy or anything we share value with, but hey, Taiwan is in a diplomatic isolation. Any friend we can have is a good one. So we continue to cultivate relations.
You said one of the biggest challenges here is the question of how the president is going to get back to Taiwan. Now, I know you said that you're not 100% sure how he might do it, but in your mind, is there a scenario you think is most plausible?
There are so many strange proposals. Some people say he can fly to Paraguay and then come back to Taiwan with the Paraguay, presidential charter because the president of Paraguay is coming to visit. I'm not sure that would be the case, but my suggestion is if you fly commercial, you don't have to request for the permission of flying over certain countries' airspace.